everybody, Jason Shadrick here with PremierGuitar.com. We're in Nashville, we're at the Summer NAMM show. We're hanging out in a wealth, hundreds it seems like, of pedals in this corner. And we're here with Tom from Tomkat Pedals, and you were listening to the dulcet tones of Elle here, and she's going to be demonstrating some sounds for us. So Tom, tell us a little bit about the pedal we were hearing Elle play on the intro there.
What we were hearing just now was a combination of two pedals.
Okay.
Okay. So I have one pedal here called the Violet Muffer. It's my version of a Violet Ram's Head by Electro Harmonics. Okay? And that was going into my delay reverb pedal called the Daydreamer.
So let's start with the Violet Muffer, and tell us a little bit about kind of the idea behind that and what it's about.
All right, well, what I did was, you know, when you're starting out making pedals, you kind of go through the basic ones, and you try and find which ones you really like. So I went through like 10 or so Muff versions, you know, and I really liked two of them. I liked the Violet Ram's Head, because it had a good amount of crunch and saturation, but not too much. And it didn't have so much woofy low end, you know? And then I also like the Civil War for the exact opposite, you know? Not much mid-range, super low end, super woofy, you know? So I made both of them. I made the Violet, which is super crisp and has a lot of mid-range. And then I made the White Muffer, which is like a Civil War muff.
Well, let's move to the White Muffer now and take a little listen to that one.
Okay.
Let's hear a little bit, Al.
I also gave it this thing called a lift switch, which like adds a ton of beefy low end. So keep playing.
All right, and then I know we heard the Daydreamer on the intro there, so tell us a little bit about that.
All right, so Daydreamer is like a circuit that I made totally from scratch. I really like this one song by this one band, and I was like, I need to make that delay echo sound, you know? So basically, it's a digital delay into a digital reverb, and you have separate controls over the mix of each. And it also has a multi-function foot switch where if you hold it down, it goes into self-oscillation until you let go. So we can check that.
Let's hear a little bit of that by itself, yeah.
Yeah, so you can do a lot of cool noisy stuff with it, yeah.
All right, let's move down to the next row here. Let's start with the Ripper.
This is all a bunch of fuzz.
Okay.
The Ripper is like my take on the Super Fuzz, but back in the day there was the Super Fuzz and then there was the Ibanez Standard Fuzz.
Yes.
The Standard Fuzz was like kind of like overlooked, I think. And I think it has way more low end and like fattiness, as well as a little, you know, upper octave to it. So I made a clone of that. And then this is that. Elle really likes this one.
Oh, we gotta drop it.
It has a tone switch just like any Super Fuzz. I just like how beefy it is, you know?
Clipping switch, is that what that is in the middle?
Yeah, you go some germanium or silicone clipping. Silicone's a little cleaner, but I'm a big fan of like mushy stuff, you know?
All right, let's move to the next one. All right, Tom, so next we have the Killer here, so tell us about this one.
Is my version of a pedal called the Sam Ash Fuzztainer. It came out in like the 70s. It was sold at Sam Ash as like a DIY build your own fuzz kit. And I found it through some forum thread or something. Some guy made a clone of it and did a video, and I was like, I want to do that. Like, that sounds really good. So I made my own changes to it. I'm not saying it's my own thing, but it's like a silicon fuzz face, but with like a really nice tone stack that you don't like really lose anything. Because I feel like a lot of fuzz faces, you lose high end, you gain mushiness, you know?
Yeah.
So we can shred.
Yeah, let's hear El rip on this one. Excellent.
Good range there.
Yeah. Now finally, we have the Bender.
Bender, yeah. Bender is really special. It's my Sola Sound Mark II tone bender clone.
Okay.
And I worked with a friend of mine who's made thousands of tone benders to like really select a good pairing of like germanium transistors for this circuit. So I feel like it has a really nice natural kind of like over the top fuzz to it. And it has this texture knob which changes like the bias of one of the transistors.
Oh, okay.
So you can go from like pretty saturated and mushy and dark to like kind of open. You can roll the fuzz back a bit. It's kind of like overdrivey.
All right, El, let's hear this final one. So Tom, what'll be the pricing and availability on these pedals?
They're all around 200.
Yep.
They're available on my website, tomkatpedals.com, and there are also several dealers all over the world. You can find them on my website.
Tom, thank you so much. El, thank you.
So much, Jason.
This is Jason Shadrick with PremierGuitar.com.